Hello everyone, welcome to Stories Ferry. Today I am telling a story of forest encounter. Let's get started. Once upon a time, in a far off kingdom, there lived a young prince named Alexander. Alexander was a handsome and kind hearted prince who always tried to help those in need. His parents, the king and the queen, were very proud of him, but they worried about him because he was always eager to venture out of the palace walls. One day, Alexander decided to go for a ride in the forest. He loved the outdoors and wanted to explore the vastness of the kingdom. He rode on his horse, a beautiful black stallion, and carried nothing but a sword and a small bag with some food and water. As he rode deep into the forest, he heard a faint sound. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to investigate. He got off his horse and followed the sound. It led him to a small clearing where he saw a beautiful fairy trapped in a spider web. Alexander was shocked to see the fairy in such a helpless state. He quickly unsheathed his sword and cut the spider web to free her. The fairy was grateful and thanked him for his help. She said that she was the guardian of the forest and promised to repay his kindness. Alexander was a little surprised but shrugged it off, mounted his horse, and continued his journey. He rode through the dense forest and soon it started to get dark. He realized that he had lost his way and could not find his way back to the palace. He tried retracing his steps, but it was of no use. He was lost in the forest with no shelter for the night. Suddenly, he heard the sound of footsteps. He turned around and saw a group of bandits approaching him. They were a notorious group of thieves who were known to rob and harm anyone who crossed their path. Alexander quickly drew his sword and prepared to defend himself. The bandits laughed at him, knowing that he was no match for them. However, just as they were about to attack him, the fairy he had saved earlier appeared. She had heard his cry for help and had come to rescue him. The fairy used her magic to create a powerful force field that shielded Alexander from the bandits' attack. The bandits were taken aback by this sudden turn of events and retreated, knowing that they could not overcome the fairy's magic. Alexander was amazed by what he had just witnessed. He realized that the fairy had kept her promise and repaid him for his kindness. He thanked her and asked if she could guide him back to the palace. The fairy agreed and led him back to the palace safely. Alexander was relieved to be back home and grateful to the fairy for her help. He asked her if he could repay her in any way, but the fairy refused. She said that she had only done what was right and that he should continue to help those in need. From that day on, Alexander became more conscious of the needs of others. He devoted his life to helping those who needed it most, and the fairy continued to watch over him, protecting him from harm. Years went by and Alexander became king. He ruled the kingdom with kindness and fairness, and his people loved him dearly. The fairy remained his protector, and they two formed a close friendship that lasted a lifetime. In the end, Alexander died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by his loved ones. The fairy appeared one last time and thanked him for being such a good friend. She said that his kindness had made the world a better place and that his legacy would live on forever. And so the kingdom mourned the loss of their beloved king, but they knew that his spirit lived on in the goodness he had spread throughout the land. And the fairy continued to watch over the kingdom, protecting it from harm and guiding the kingdom. The moral of the story is that kindness and compassion towards others can lead to unexpected rewards and blessings. By helping others and showing compassion, one can build strong relationships and create a better world for all. Additionally, the story highlights the importance of keeping promises and repaying kindness, even if it means going out of one's way to do so. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon for more updates.